सो हेलो वेलकम बैक एवरीवन टू दिस नाउ द ब्यूटीफुल वंडरफुल सा वीडियो। आज की वीडियो में हम लोग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एक क्वेश्चन जो है वो डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। क्वेश्चन क्या है? क्वेश्चन ये है कि सीएस एग्जीक्यूटिव का कौन सा मॉड्यूल बहुत ज़्यादा इजी है एज कम्पेयर टू दी अदर। ठीक है, विच मॉड्यूल इज ईजियर इन CS executive? We all know that in CS executive we have two modules, module 1 and module 2. Module 1 has 4 subjects, module 2 has 3 subjects in new syllabus. Now, for that to answer that which module is easier than the other, we have to first see the papers of each module, right? So, in module 1 or group 1, new syllabus 2022, we have company law, JIGL, SBIL and CAFM. In module 2, we have 3 papers, that is ECIPL, CMSL and tax law. So module 1 has 4 papers and module 2 has 3 papers. The next step is we will try to analyze the toughness of the group in 4 different levels. Okay, number 1 would be number of papers, number 2 would be volume of the subject, pattern of question asked and general student review. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1, number of papers. Well, in group 1 we can see there are 4 papers: company law, SBIL, JIGL and CAFM. We will learn about these papers now. When we talk about company law, it is a paper which deals with corporate regulations, that is corporate law, company law, right? Here you will learn Companies Act 2013, where you will gain knowledge on how to start a company, how to run a company, how to close a company, and also what are the regulations needed to be followed during and after the life cycle of a company. The questions asked in examinations are in the form of case studies. And here you have to analyze the entire question and answer with quoted section numbers. This subject is the heart of CS, and that the only advice is to learn this subject from a person who can feed you the sections, okay? Because here the most important thing is the section numbers and the sections, okay? Where you have to remember the entire content of the sections also with the section number. For example, if I ask you section 96, tell me which provisions are written in section 96, then you have to be very quick enough to answer annual general meeting. Or if I ask you extraordinary general meeting, okay, tell me which section covers this, then you have to answer section 100. So like this you have to learn this subject from a teacher who can feed you everything very properly. This is the heart of your entire career, okay? You have to understand this, because today, tomorrow, even after you become a CS, throughout your life, you have to, learn this. You have to learn this. You have to be updated every time, every moment, every second. Got it? What kind of difficulty level does it has? Very easy if you give time. It is a lengthy subject, okay, with jaw-dropping concepts, which are fun to learn. Very, very fun to learn. Okay, you understood? Clear? So this is all about company law. Next, so the next subject is JIGL, Jurisprudence, Interpretation and General Law. Okay, so it is a subject which you can score very, very good marks with proper revision. Here you will learn about laws like civil law, criminal law, torts, contract law, negotiable instruments. Okay, negotiable instruments like checks, bill of exchange, etc. Okay, very, very interesting concepts and very easy to retain by regular revision. Whatever you learn here are lessons of life. Okay, you will use this. It is going to be applicable in your life, not today, but definitely tomorrow. Okay, so JIGL equals to life ka gyan, life lessons. Understood? If some police officer comes and arrests you, what are your rights? Okay, you also have to read about the constitution over here. Okay, what kind of criminal activities are forbidden? Okay, what are bailable crimes? What are non-bailable crimes, offenses? All these kind of things you are gonna learn over here. Okay, so this is very important. Now, what kind of questions are asked in the examination? Here you can see case studies and direct questions both. Okay, so the difficulty level is very, very easy and scoring paper. See, in company law and JIGL, these are the two subjects where you just have to understand and write by your own. You can understand the concept, you just have to quote some Very in company law, you have to quote very important section numbers, okay, and some key points where keywords you have to underline and make sure that those keywords you're writing in the paper. This is all about company law and GIGL. Rest you can make your own answers, which are very much applicable as per the questions asked, and you can derive marks from those answers also. Very very huge number of marks you will get. You don't just have to copy and paste. Okay, this is about company law and GIGL. Setting up of business, industrial and labor law. See, if you are thinking about starting a startup, you have an idea about a startup, you want to run a startup, you want to open your own business, you will learn it here. You want to open a partnership firm, you will learn it here. You want to create a society, you're going to learn it here. An LLP, limited liability partnership firm, you're going to learn it here. Joint ventures. So what are these things that you're just speaking right now? These are the types of businesses. Okay, business is not just about company and forming a company. There are various types and models of businesses you can open. You are going to learn everything about those businesses over here. Okay, how to choose a business according to your preference. Okay, so you're going to learn that here. Also, what are the laws which are applicable on my business? Everything you're going to learn in SBIL. What kind of questions are asked in the examination? See, here you will find it is exactly like company law, the way of asking questions. So a combination of case studies and few direct questions you can expect here to be asked in the examination. Understood? Clear? Level of difficulty, it is not that difficult, but yes, little bit more complex than company law, because here you're going to learn a lot of other laws over here, but the content is less. Okay, company law you're going to learn a lot of content. Here all different acts, some little content you will learn from each from each acts. Now the next subject is CAFM. It is a combination of two subjects, okay, that is accounting and financial management. Here the questions are asked as theoretical and practical both. Okay, you're going to write and draw lines and practical things you're going to do. Also at the same time, theoretical questions are also asked. The level of difficulties, it depends upon your practice. Okay, CAFM is a practical subject where the level of difficulty is 100% on your practice. How you practice in that format, in that way, you're going to gain marks. Well, in group 1 we can see there are 4 papers, right? In group 2 we can see there are 3 papers only, that is ECIPL, CMSL and tax law. Now let's learn about ECIPL. What is ECIPL? See, you are taught about competition law, money laundering, foreign trade policies, external commercial borrowing, ECB, that we have talked about earlier in our 11th 12th, FDI, ODI, economics, understood, relating to economics, consumer protection, intellectual property laws, patent, copyright, all these things you're going to learn in ECIPL. Understood? Economics, commercial, intellectual property law. Clear? What kind of questions are asked? Case studies and direct question, both you will find over here. Mostly case studies. Difficulty level is moderate because you have to memorize a lot. Here see, foreign trade policy, external commercial, these are examples. Okay, here whatever you want to learn is not concepts. I mean, concepts are there, but a lot of procedural things you're going to learn. How to do, what to do, how to apply and all these things. So here the memorizing part is more than understanding. Understanding you will understand a little bit, but rather understanding, simply understanding, you have to read and give more time over here for memorizing. And memorize, how you will memorize? Memorizing is all, it depends upon your how much revision you are giving, how many times you are reading that particular line. So this is how you memorize. Okay, next is CMSL. CMSL is capital market and securities law. Here you will be taught about stock market and capital market. Okay, a good overview you will get on how money market works, how banks work, how the securities market are working. Okay, what to do, how to open an account, what is trading, what is investing, how to do it, how company applies for it, what is IPO, initial public offering, and all this. Okay, students or aspirants who are doing stock market, who are into investment and all, they have heard all these lines, all these words, key terms, keywords like IPO, and all this. So here you're gonna learn in more detailed format, in a more detailed format. Understood? Now, not just about banks and securities market, but also who runs them. Okay, what are the laws applicable? What are the regulations applicable on them? How do they follow it? And if they are not following, who is the authority who is going to compel them to follow? Or and the basic, the foundation you will learn over here. What kind of questions are asked over here? It is practical and theory both. Okay, little bit of practical and a lot of theories are asked over here. Okay, difficulty level is very easy if you understand it. Next, the last subject is tax law. Here you will learn about each and everything that is crucial for an individual to grow. Okay, so the more attention you pay to this subject, okay, the more knowledge and responsible you become for yourself, your family, and the society. Okay, so that's the subject. 100% practical with descriptive questions, and difficulty level is easy but lengthy. Okay, so tax law, obviously this is a subject which is very important for each individual. I believe that every school, colleges, okay, should have this subject. So we have learned that module 1 has more subjects than module 2. You know, the difference is huge, right? So in terms of quantity of content, okay, module 2 will be easier to crack because the quantity is less. Understood? Second, in terms of volume, obviously module 2 is less in volume, so you can assume that module 2 will be easier to complete. Okay, it is not just about the number of chapters, that is the content we are speaking. The volume of those chapters are also less in module 2. Next is pattern of questions asked. All subjects will include case studies, but in module 1 you will have one practical paper with 3 theoretical subjects, and module 2 you will have one practical paper with 2 theoretical subjects. So even here we can assume that module 1 will be tougher to complete and crack. But when we do the fourth differentiation, we learn a very different aspect of this entire thing. See, the fourth differentiation is general student review, who have already cracked the examination, who have seen the subject, who have gone through everything. Here when we ask to the students, you will learn that students tend to learn faster in module 1 than module 2. Why is that? Because the concepts are similar in module 1 and also easier to learn. Company law, SBIL is pretty much similar, few different chapters. Okay, so module 2 has very different concepts from one another. One is securities. One in one subject you will learn, for example, CMSL, you're learning about securities market, capital market, and the other subject you learning about economics and everything. So intellectual property rights. So very, very different content. Okay, very, very different from one another. Understood? So module 2, the subjects are to be memorized more. Okay, and here just understanding won't do. In module 2 you have to memorize the content a lot. Okay, because procedural aspects are there, rules, regulations are there, which are to be memorized more. Okay, so these are the 4 type of distinction we can make while answering which module is easier in CS Executive. Now at the end of the story, my general advice would be, if you try to complete the tougher group first with 100% dedication, then you will have a smooth exit from CS Executive. Otherwise it will be difficult. See, just like in a subject, we try to complete the most difficult chapter first, right? And then go for the easy ones. In this case also we are doing the same. Module 1 is more tougher than module 2 in terms of subject, volume, content. So I would advise the students to go for module 1 first and then module 2. But again, I agree and respect the fact if any person has an opinion contrary to mine. Okay, if you want to study and clear module 2 first, then you can go for it, no issues. Okay, now it is upon your strategy how to crack the examination. You want the difficult thing first or the difficult thing at the end. Okay, so you have any query related to all these things that we have discussed so far, then you can drop your queries in the comment section. I will reply to each and every student over here. Thank you so much everyone. I hope that I have cleared a lot of queries so far, and if you have more, you can drop a comment. Take care and happy learning.